And elsewhere in West Michigan, a local organization has opened a new home in Kentwood for teens aging out of residential treatment programs. Wedgwood Christian Services officially opened that program last week. And here to give us a bit more detail on that are some of the folks behind it. We have with us Dr. Dan Gowdy, he is CEO of Wedgwood, and Bree Gardner, who is the home supervisor as well. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you taking time.
Thanks, Josh. Good to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to start with you, Dr. Gowdy. I wanted to kind of get a broad perspective on this. I mean, who exactly is this program in home open to? I mean, when we hear residential treatment programs, what exactly does that mean?
Well, thank you. The program is actually called ODARE, which in Latin means to dare, to boldly go forward. And it's designed to serve youth within the child welfare system. There's about 10,000 kids in the system right now, and many of them are moving through the system, getting the care they need. Some receive that care in intense residential treatment. These are kids that had serious trauma, Josh. Trauma that you and I would struggle to comprehend, unimaginable. And through programs, residential programs, intense programs, they've learned to deal with it, cope with it, find a way to develop internal resources to move forward. But what's unfortunate about this is many of the kids, 85% or wards of the state, don't have anywhere to go. And at 16, 17 years old are expected to live on their own. And that's where ODARE comes in. It's to help surround that youth as they transition into the community. And I don't know about you, when I was 16, I couldn't live on my own. And unfortunately, many youth in the child welfare system are asked to do that. And so ODARE is there to meet that youth where they are as they've dealt with that trauma, if you will. In many programs like residential treatment that Wedgwood offers instill a seed of hope. But at ODARE, as they transition, that gives it time for that seed of hope to take root and ultimately build in them a greater confidence, a greater ability to move into the community successfully.
And Bree Gardner, you're the home supervisor here, so I want you to take us through more of the finer details here. I mean, what is the function of this home? What will be going on inside this home? Essentially, how will the teens be getting the help that you are setting out to give them?
Yeah, good question. So we'll have a life skill curriculum that is required by the state that we'll be following. And we'll take that information and implement different skill set groups that the clients will be required or expected to participate in. Essentially, too, is to get them to learn how to be self-sufficient. Our program is transitioning into the community, so integrating a lot of those skills that you would need to survive in the real world. As us adults, we had to learn that the same way. Unfortunately, they have to learn it at an earlier age. To live on their own. And they'll still be going to school. And along with those groups, they'll learn how to get a job, practice some of those interviewing skills, learning financial literacy, learning how to just function on a day-to-day, learning how to use an alarm clock, something simple like that. So they're not relying solely on staff, because that would be that transition from a residential program where staff are always there reminding them of things. And so the transition program is hoping to ease away from that so they can learn to be a little bit more independent.
And you talked about it a little bit already, Dr. Gowdy, but kind of just opening the floor to both of you now because you are involved in this help, in this process. I mean, what was the need for something like this? Why exactly did this come about? How much of a need was there? I start with you, Dr. Gowdy.
I appreciate that. It's huge. It really is. It wasn't too long ago, one of our staff was driving along the road by MLK Park and recognized the face walking on the side of the road. She stopped, parked, turned back around to see, it was a former resident at Wedgwood who was walking the streets on his own during the day. She asked him, "Hey, where are you going?" He shrugged his shoulders. "I don't know." And she talked to him a little bit further. Where are you coming from?" Again, "I don't know." And that became the impetus. We have to do better. We can do better at this. When we're able to help youth, meet them right where they're at, even through significant trauma, and as they invest and build within themselves that internal capabilities to move forward, and if we're able to help them develop the skills, we're benefiting not just that life, but so much more. The lifetime societal costs of a youth in the Michigan's child welfare system who ages out within the system. That means that they aren't able to move through. They get stuck, they stall, and they don't graduate through the system except for that they're too old. The lifetime societal cost for that individual is $627,000. $627,000. Correctional engagement, early teen pregnancies, drug use, earning potential, all affected when we aren't able to meet that kid youth needs with what they need when they need it. And so not only are we serving that youth, but we're also serving the community better. And what I love, and we talk about a lot, is we see youth, every individual in our program has unique God-given gifts and abilities. And when we're able to tap into that and see them as God sees them with intrinsic worth, and they see that and develop their skills, they're able to use those skills. And there's nothing more satisfying than seeing your gifts come to maturation. But you know who else benefits? We as a community benefit, because that young life with those skills now are participating in the community. That light is now shown to the community, and we as a community benefit by its warmth.
And Bree, you work directly with these folks, so I mean, kind of take us on the ground. I mean, how much of an impact does this make in these teens' lives?
Yeah, we're hoping that this program bridges the gap between them leaving a residential secure facility into the real world. And our program, we want to meet those needs before they even venture out on their own. And so what we've been seeing is kids who do leave a secure facility and they go to a different program, they're expected to just live on their own. They don't have that support, they don't have that cushion, they don't have that safety net anymore, and they're expected to just do everything on their own. And we're hoping that we can catch those kids in Adair.
Yeah, incredible work. And before we go, I wanted to, there may be some families or maybe some teams who are watching this out in the community and who are hearing about these services. How exactly do they get connected to these services? How can teens take part in this program?
Visit our website, wedgwood.org is a good place to start, and talk to the counselors at school, talk to your support systems that you currently have, and utilize them as best you know how. And we're deeply connected within the human health and human system within the community. But yeah, our website is a good place to start.
Yeah, thank you so much, both of you, for coming in. Really appreciate you for sharing this with us, and really appreciate the work that you're doing for our community.
Thanks,
thank you so much
Thank
for both of you. Well, thank you so much for joining us.